Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are so excited to go into part 2 now of our CCA Alumni Spotlight Series. And tonight I have with me the Nicolas brothers. I'm so excited that they can all join me in one sitting here. And it's been a while that they've all been together like this. We've all been together like this. So very excited about this. All three brothers were students at CCA quite a while ago now. Not as long as, I've been at CCA, but it's been a while, starting with Sam, who graduated in 2008, right? Did I get that right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then MT, he graduated in 2010. And
Correct.
Joel in the middle, he came to our school for a long span of time, but then he ditched us and he didn't graduate from CCA, but we'll forgive him. Is everybody gonna forgive him for that?
I don't know. Well, we still haven't.
Yeah. Middle of my junior year. Like that.
Came so far. You came so far. We're gonna go ahead and get started with some questions. We are going to ask you guys just a little bit about where have you been? What have you been doing? What have you been up to since you left CCA? So take it away.
So after I left CCA, I went to Framingham State, and then Framingham, and then after I went like on a job journey, I guess I worked. I was a store manager at Olympia Sports for a little bit, and now I currently work at Boston Medical in a radiation oncology clinic. So I work on coordinating like referrals, so like new patients. Yeah, so it's rewarding and difficult at the same time, but it's all good. It's fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So cool. MT, how about you?
I graduated in 2010, and then I went to Framingham State with Sam. We were actually roommates my freshman year. Junior year, my freshman year. And it was fun times. It was really great. And then I graduated with a degree in communication arts, and then I went to Joel actually helped me get a job at the Waltham channel. He got me the foot in the door, and I started off as an intern, and then I did part-time, then full-time, and then recently I just got a job with New Rockstars, which is just like a YouTube company or presence on YouTube. And I just write and host videos for them, and it's been really cool. I started last month. So it's still pretty new, but it's very awesome, and like everyone's been super great and supportive, and but yeah, that's me.
That's right up your alley. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Cool. Joel.
Since I left CCA, middle of my junior year, I left CCA, went to Waltham High School to finish my high school career there. After that, I got my EMT certification before leaving to go join the military. So I was in the United States Army for a very short stint, and I was injured and became a veteran. And so that's where I went to seminary, North Point Bible College. And from there, I was able to study. I never graduated from there. But I was able to learn a lot from them. Got the opportunity to be teaching at Bradford Christian Academy. I was a teacher there for some time. And then I was able to transition and become a firefighter for the town of Boxford. And that was an awesome time there. And then I was able to help plant Impact Church, which has been a huge part of my life. But now I work for Zoll Medical as a manager of technical support, and I manage a team of technical support people, making sure that happens.
So. Wow.
He was also a Power Ranger and Black. All sorts of stuff.
A man of many talents. No, that's great. That's awesome. I know that you have a huge heart for education, and I know that, your preference is to be full-blown education, all in that, and ministry too. So I'm just excited about where God's going to lead you in the coming years. So
Awesome. Thank you.
Everything that you guys do, you know, every step that you take, everything that you do in life is not by accident. It's all stepping stone to the next phase and the next season. So, you know, don't take for granted whatever you might be learning right now.
Absolutely.
For sure.
100%. See, Jen still dropping wisdom. Still dropping wisdom.
I mean, she's still doing it. Of course she is.
Let's go.
All right. So I want to ask you guys, you know, I love CCA. I've been working here forever. I'm always going to promote it to anyone I meet. And so I love to hear from people about what they really enjoyed about being a student at CCA. Think about this as a way to help me promote our school as well, but to connect with some of your former classmates and connect with anyone who's watching from any kind of background. What did you like about CCA?
So when I was there during the high school days, I think I really liked the sense of community. I felt like we were all, it wasn't a big school where like, well, you'd walk by someone you didn't know them. You kind of knew everybody.
For sure. Like I was about to say the same thing, still my answer, because like,
yes,
like it's literally like that. It was like a family. Like going to school never felt like school. I mean, it did feel like school, obviously, but just like I'm gonna hang out with like the people that I've seen for a while. Like we just everyone knows each other.
Yeah, no, it's awesome that you guys mentioned that, because it was in part of the session 1 that we just did. That came up too. You know, it's, I think, going to be on everybody's answer that friendships and community is a huge part of CCA still to this day. And I love that part of our school.
I think I loved the fact that CCA created a space, a safe space for me to develop as an adolescent, right? There's so many things to maneuver, and especially in middle school and in high school, and there's a lot of pressure, right? A lot of pressure to fit in, and a lot of pressure to wear the newest clothes or do what it did. It removed that, and it allowed us to get to know each other and on an even playing field. And it created a safe space, and so people were able to showcase maybe talents or express things about themselves, or especially in chapel during intimate moments. They were able to do that because the space was safe, and so that's what I think I loved about it the most. The fact that I didn't know in hindsight, because I transferred to a public school, how safe of a space it was, which was conducive to learning. So that's why I liked about it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Thank you for sharing. Now, why do you think that your parents chose to put you in a Christian school?
I think it goes back to Joel's point about, you know, the whole safety aspect. I mean, not that public schools aren't safe, because I'm very safe, but it's just like, you know, this like it's fostering an environment where like it's both safe, but also you're making sure that your kids are being instilled with like those good principles of that the Bible is founded on, like those stories and all that stuff. So it's like, you know, I learned a lot about being a good person at CCA, and like those things really helped, and like especially like, you know, breaking down, you know, the teachings of Jesus, and you know, just that love first type of mentality is really important, I feel, for young kids to know, because like the world is not a very loving place, and there's a lot of not great stuff happening, and I think that's what my parents wanted for all of us, to just make sure that we were good men. It didn't work for me. I steal off the streets every day. That's not but that's deep. Anyway.
So I'm hoping that you guys have good memories of CCA. Would you?
Yes.
Thumbs up?
Yes. 100%.
Awesome. So share a couple of those. Like, what are some? Oh, before you do though, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen now. I'm gonna share some memories.
Oh no! Oh boy. Okay.
Of you guys. So give me a second here. Let's see. Some of these pictures are like super old.
Oh the other day.
Oh wait, I'm in that picture too.
Yeah, you're at the bottom.
Yeah.
You're down there. You're the little one.
I was literally thinking about.
I look good. I look GQ.
Oh my God. We like rounded up those kids like.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna share it as my desktop now. So, who's that?
Oh
my God.
Wow.
FBI.
A professional. That's all I see. A professional.
What is that? Delete it.
Yo, you really have to send.
David Corbell. Oh my God.
Oh my God. No, I'm wearing pants. This is just a long shirt. Jack. Oh my God. Nick. Oh my God.
Oh, classic.
I was thinking about this 2 days ago. I was like, when I got
Joel has video footage of this. Joel has video footage of this.
I think it's somewhere on.
Wait, is this you on the table?
Yes.
That's Adam and Chijo. And
what are y'all doing on the table?
No, we're doing a High School Musical thing. So me and Chijo planned it, which is why we're wearing the Wildcat colors. And like it was like stupid. We were playing music. It was a crazy day. Wait, what was this for?
This was for School Spirit Week.
Yes, I remember it was for School Spirit Week, but I don't remember exactly what we're doing in this picture.
It was like Detectives Day.
Fascination was like, yes.
Look at the joy on that child's face.
That is actually Josh Whitcomb.
No way.
Sam's graduation.
That's
Aww.
in my mom's house.
Aww.
That's framed big.
Oh my God, here it is.
Here's a nice one.
I miss this little area.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because like oh my God.
See, what I liked about our class is like our class was like super musical.
Oh yeah.
Because we had like everybody who's like could play instruments, could sing or whatever. So like I feel like that brought like a super cool dynamic during like what is it? Everyone could play the guitar.
Johnny, Maya.
I know, yeah.
It's always Johnny, Maya, and you, and like it was just a super musical group.
Yeah.
That's why we did Fiddler on the Roof that year.
Yes. And we killed Fiddler on the Roof. We killed Joseph.
Joseph was before Fiddler.
Yeah.
Y'all had like 15 dudes that could sing. So those are two casts that had
everybody in our class could sing.
Singing Hills and like the retreat and like the sermons and all that stuff and the connectiveness of Singing Hills was really fun. Like everyone looked forward to Singing Hills. It's like the thing that everyone's talking about. It's like, oh man, I can't wait for Singing Hills.
It's really going to be mentioned in every interview. And so after people see these interviews, they're all going to be like, Miss Najam, why aren't we going to Singing Hills anymore?
You're going to have to take them back.
You're going to have to bring it back. Yeah.
The plays, just after going to the chapel, dropping your book bag, maybe doing your homework, and you're sitting there for hours, and it was just like waiting for your cue. And like plays were, you look forward to that time of year because it was that time where everyone was involved in some capacity, and then it was like, when else are you in at night with your friends at school and like having fun? So I loved that aspect of CCA, and then just all the events, student council, and that they would run and stuff like that. I was student council president in my junior year.
Yeah.
I think you weren't you president?
No, I lost to Diane. And it's something I haven't gotten over still. Thanks for bringing that up. I was hoping that wasn't going to come up today. So I'm just kidding. No, it's fine.
But yeah,
you have to admit that student council was a great part of life at CCA.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know, looking at where so many of our alumni are, and their capacity for leadership, their capacity for, high ethic work skills, strong work skills. I just think it all goes back to your foundational years of schooling.
Yeah, honestly, CCA was the first event I've ever run, and I've run hundreds since then. I've had, and it was the first, you guys gave me my first opportunity for video editing, which now I'm making movies, and it was.
What would you have to say to people who are considering putting their children at CCA, knowing what you know about our school, you know, thinking back to your experience, and also keeping in mind that CCA is now 30 years old. I mean, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. That's a huge accomplishment. We thank God for that. And so there's got to be, you know, something that makes a school still be open after all this time. And that is something that we can share with everyone in the public who might be looking to enroll here. So what would you have to say to them?
Well, for me, I would say the community obviously is very important, but I think what the administration and the way the teachers let the community flourish is the most important. Because I feel like there's some times when people don't sometimes can like not respect young people's ideas or ambitions, but that was never the case at CCA. It's always like, me being a kid, I enjoyed it, and I know my parents enjoyed putting me there. So I think that's why I would highly recommend 5-star rating.
I think for me, I think it's I would tell them that like the teachers and the faculty care. Like there's actual genuine care about their kids and like what they're going through on the inside, which, you know, I mean, I can't speak for other types of teachers, but like, you know, just because the school was small, like we got like, you know, a lot of one-on-one like stuff with teachers, like, so it helped me to learn more, especially with math, like calculus. I don't know if I could have done that without, you know, my teacher like right next to me, like, all right, MT, this is how not to be dumb. No, he didn't say that. But that's just basically, but no, but like also they just care about what's going on the inside.
So what I would say to someone that's interested in sending their child to CCA would be that although you can send your kid to any school, but what separates CCA specifically from even other Christian private schools is the type of people they produce. And they produce excellence. And the people that go to CCA really, when they dig and they think and they credit a lot of where they are to being at CCA. So the reason that I would recommend it is because a lot of my friends that went there, I'm still in communication with, and they're still excellent, and they're still excellent in their field. And when I talk to them about their core values, it's still there. We all love Jesus, and at our core, we all still have the same disciplines and the same structure that CCA gave us. So I would say, if you're just looking to get education, you can get education anywhere. But if you want education paired with an organization and a school that's going to walk your kid through those years, accompanied with the Holy Spirit and accompanied with Jesus and accompanied with that experience, because Jesus became real for me at CCA Chapel. And that's when it went from just a legalistic relationship to how we grew up to a relationship. So you can't really put a price tag on that for me. So that'll be my answer.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys spending time with me, and it was so fun to walk down memory lane with you guys. Lots of laughs, lots of good times.
Right. For sure.
Yeah, and hey, congratulations on everything you guys have accomplished, and I'm excited to see what else you do in your lives, and stay in touch with us.
Yes. Thank you, Jen, for all that you've done to make us the people that we are. Honestly, and thank you for always keeping in touch with us, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Awesome, cool. Have a good night, guys.
Night.
Night.